Hi, I'm Amanda, and I hope this video finds you in a place where you can spend a few minutes thinking entirely about yourself and your own spiritual routine. No matter who you are, what your belief set might be, you are a spiritual being. We all have a physical body, an intellectual, logical mind, and a spirit self that works in balance with the other parts of us in a constant blend and cycle and collaboration that is really inextricable, no matter how much we might try to deny it or ignore that spirit self that we are. This time we're living in and the world's trauma gives us a lot of reason to need our spiritual self right at the time that we tend to ignore it and put it aside. A lot of people have let go of routine and ritual that feeds the soul. So regardless of the belief component, we've let go of something that human beings naturally long for to be healthy and well in an overall balanced way. So when I see client after client coming in to work with me and talking about the anxiety they're feeling, one of the things, other than a Reiki healing session or a spirit reading, that I offer is some instruction and guidance about how to develop a spirit feeding routine for themselves. Every spiritual routine needs to keep in mind that body-spirit connection. When you get vigorous exercise, especially if it's outside in nature where you're breathing clean, natural air, you are feeding your spirit as well as your muscles and your heart strength and your metabolism. The breath is our gateway to life, and life is where our soul interacts with our body. So make sure that you are aware of how often in your week you're having that engaged kind of physical activity where you devote space and time to it in a focused way. You set aside the rest of the world and help your body explore its breath and its connection to the spirit. Notice how you feel and what you're thinking about before you exercise and after you exercise. Do you feel elevated and more hopeful, more positive, more creative after you exercise? It's not a coincidence. You are feeding something besides your muscles when you exercise. The second component of a spiritual routine that I always encourage is cultivating a sense of reverence on a regular basis. You don't necessarily hear that word during your work week. To have reverence for life itself, for other people, the diversity of people around you, the diversity that nature offers when you look at all of the different species of plants and animals in your everyday experience, and seek them out for the purpose of cultivating awe and wonder and even excitement about the fact that life exists. Personally, I find I am taken to that place of reverence really quickly when I listen to music. I was raised in a family that spent a lot of time and energy in choral music. So the union of many voices of different kinds blending with complex music and a beautiful outcome that they can create as a group better than each individual can create alone, just like an orchestra or a group that produces a dance routine altogether that's more beautiful and more powerful in the collective work of it. Of course, I keep mentioning it over and over, the natural world around us is an instant giver of wonder and awe and amazement. And if you don't have access to nature in its glory right outside your doorstep, you can turn on the TV and find all kinds of different nature programs that will show you, expose you to this world that we're living in. So, music, art, nature. Your family or your pets could be a source of reverence for you. When you listen, just overhearing the sound of your family members in conversation with each other, Or maybe you have little kids in your family and you can listen to the creative things that they say and watch what they do when they're just set free to explore the world on their own, to look at books, to play. That place of wonder from a child's eyes is another great way to see the world and life from spiritual perspective. The third thing I recommend for you to incorporate into your spiritual routine or regimen is some opportunity to test out your own spirit's boundaries. That means, how willing are you to take a leap in places that you're not sure what the outcome will be, to take chances, to have faith, to trust that something beyond you, some greater forces for good are at work, that other people in your life will step in and help when you need it, that trying something new is going to have a good outcome for you, even if it's a little bit scary for you at first. This element is a little more complex, and it really takes your own thought and your own awareness of yourself. What are those moments where you feel you're pushing yourself a little bit to the edge of a cliff and jumping off, trusting the outcome on the other side? It can be something small or big, like starting a new job that's really going to stretch you and your skills. It might be reaching out to someone you've really been wanting to talk to, that you've been sort of nervous to reach out to them. It could also be the act of exploring your own faith. And if you are an atheist or someone who really has given up on the idea that there's any kind of higher power at work in the world, that's an especially challenging but great place to start exploring what faith might mean to you. What do you have faith in? What do you believe is true without necessarily being able to see that it's true with your own eyes? I challenge you to find something, because I am sure that we all do that. We all have belief and faith and knowledge that something is true without seeing it or sensing it with our 5 physical senses. Maybe this part of your spiritual regimen could be using a journal where you jot down times that you notice you are believing or trusting in something beyond yourself. All of these things are building muscles between your spirit, your mind, and your body so that they're working in conjunction with each other in constant balance and flow. Those 3 simple factors, if you incorporate them into your life on a daily and weekly basis and really be disciplined, just like we know that our physical body needs exercise and rest and healthy food, and that our brains need exercise in reading and doing puzzles and having complex conversations and solving problems, we also have a spiritual intelligence to our being that needs care and attention. If you have any questions or want recommendations specifically that will work for you, I have all kinds of resources and workshops on my website that is linked below. You can come to one of my regular Spirit Q&A sessions where I take your open questions online. And I hope that you enjoy this exploration while you develop a routine for yourself that really helps calm that anxiety and release your most creative, powerful self in the world. Thank you for listening. I hope you'll like, subscribe, comment, and share this with others. See you soon.